Hello, how is it going, Buckaroos? It's me, back once again with some Road to the Showdown. Hopefully everything's ready, raring to go. I'm actually not, to be fair. So let me get ready. 'Cause tonight's show stacked to the brim because we begin round number 3 of the tournament. And the opening bout, it's set to be explosive as we prepare ourselves for an absolute classic. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. And yeah, I'm ready. Things look ready for this opener. If you don't know the matches for tonight, here you go, your first bout of the evening. Liv Morgan taking on Nia Jax. A big battle there. From there, we head to Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, who's competing back-to-back nights. A lot of stars, I believe, from tonight and yesterday in back-to-back, so this is the big back-to-back night. But Braun versus Rollins, it's a battle of the same feud, the same faction in WWE. After that, into the Teal League, Jasmine Nix taking on Lyra Valkyria. That's going to be a nice battle between two stars on 0 points. And then finally our main event. It's the Tribal Chief taking on Jacob Fadu, the Samoan Werewolf. What about that will be? Hello, it's me again, ready to go to work here on our first bout of the evening, which obviously we've kind of mentioned already. It is going to be Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. Only one of them can secure a big win. Who will it be? Let's find out now. As we enter the primetime arena, an irresistible force is about to make its way to the stage.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
As we begin our pathway through round number 3, this is a big time battle for Liv Morgan, especially looking to cement a top 4 finish here tonight with a big victory here. She will go to 9 points, the most points in the entire tournament. And Nia Jax, if she wins, she goes to 6, tying with Liv Morgan. So there's a lot on the line here as we welcome Morgan to the arena.
Her opponent, representing the Judgment Day from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
A nice new look here. She makes her way to the arena. Morgan bringing that look, that feel from when she was competing at WrestleMania and her return performances here in WWE. But tonight in IPW, does red spell success for Morgan? We get ourselves ready to roll. Our opening bout of the evening is underway, and Morgan just trounced by Jax to start us off. Now, coming into this bout, Liv very strong, beating Stephanie Vakir last week, and then in the previous bout to that in the same week, she basically stomped through Alexa Bliss in a good performance there. The Oblivion has been a very potent weapon in this tournament. Morgan has utilized it to great effectiveness to beat her opponents. As for Jax here tonight, coming in after having a really good opener to the tournament, she then went on to lose in her second match to Alexa Bliss, who is a star that Morgan beat. So if we use that logic here, Liv should realistically be the one to beat Nia. But we will have to see as we continue to watch this match. The action obviously set to be epic, as Jax in control right now, looking for another pin. Just brushing the face of Morgan. Our referee, Miss Kim, for this one. Realistically trying to keep this fair. Make this interesting, but that's Shayna Baszler. Baszler seems to like making her presence known here in IPW matches. But it's not going to come and prevail here for Morgan, as Jax just knocks it to the mat. Baszler's distraction not really paying off, and I think Morgan gonna feel the wrath of Jax now off the back of it. A gut punch and now an Irish whip sends Morgan into a bad position, but there's an Oblivion from out of nowhere, and Morgan sizing up Nia here again. What could she be looking for? Because that was certainly unexpected. She's looking for that driver. Puts her into the mat and goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from Jax. That Oblivion we've seen thrown constantly during this tournament to great success, as we said earlier. Morgan is really a big time threat so far being shown in this tournament. Now, Jax trying to capitalize. World's strongest slam there. This is the big thing about this matchup, is the size differentiation. Jax needs to really punish Morgan, as both women slowly climbing up there. Jax perched now on top of that top rope. Morgan on the shoulders. Fireman's carry into the Samoan drop. An avalanche Samoan drop from that second rope. Jax pulling out all the stops here and is looking to add one more en route. It's that power bomb, and she crumples up Liv into the pin. But a kick out from Morgan keeps this bout alive. But for how much longer? As Nia, another gut punch. And now hoisting Morgan up. Liv fighting out of it. Nice flurry of punches, and then a lariat dropping Nia. These two pulling out all the stops here. Realizing it's do or die maybe. After tonight and the next match. Oh boy. Round 4 is the kind of climactical point. If you win 4 out of 7 matches, you're almost certainly going to the showdown. Morgan on the verge of doing that, obviously. Sitting on 6 points, but Jax in a strong position, trying to go for this powerbomb once again. Morgan fighting out of it. Comes through, just spinning Jax down to the mat with that facebuster. Just planting her. Morgan to the top now. The high rent district in her favor comes crashing down. Trying to hit that missile drop kick. But Jax evades it. Irish whip reversal Jax a drop down. Nia trying to collide, throw her body at Morgan, who I think almost went for another Oblivion. Missed though. And Jax now capitalizing on that miss, just tossing Morgan around. Both women showing their skill. I think Morgan might get jaded here. Up and down. A variation of the jaded there. Jax calling Morgan to her feet again. Grabs a hold of her. Drags her to the top corner. Morgan out of it. The code breaker. Busting open. Jax into the pin goes Liv for the victory. Only a 2 count. Our opening bout. Certainly explosive from the get-go. Both women giving it their all. Jax taking over now. Just flattening Liv with that run-in. Liv caught. Jax comes through. Executioner's leg drop misses though. And Morgan trying to capitalize on the mistake. Cannot do so. She's run out of stamina. And Jax looking to pick up the pieces of an exhausted Morgan here. 2 count. Barely enough energy there from Liv to kick out in the nick of time. But she can't avoid this. Actually, she can. Never mind, the elbow drop misses from Nia. And Liv capitalizing, sending Jax running. Connects with the drop kick. This tournament is a real test of endurance. Liv really showing her worth so far. But if we take a closer look at this Gold League, the stars you really want to be doing well, or expected to be doing well, aren't. Like, I would have thought Chelsea Green, the former television champ, would be at least sitting with a victory. But it's Liv with the Oblivion once more, just dominating people. She's certainly putting her name in for a title shot. Definitely towards Fallon Henley's belt, if she can get there. But Liv now locking in the rings of Saturn applied. Submission hold. Going to be thrown out of here by Nia. Liv not able to capitalize. Instead going to be tossed. Pounced on a Des Prez and now just slamming the head of Morgan into the canvas. Jax is, when she can get going, she is a brute. Remember, don't forget Jax was the inaugural IPW Undisputed Women's World Champion. If Liv's to beat her, IPW management definitely will step in and give her a title shot. But Nia, she's getting to that stage of a match where she's in control and she can just slow the pace down to what benefits her. She's continuing to work over Liv in the corner. Puts her once again on that top turnbuckle. I think we're going to get a repeat of the earlier maneuver. Jax onto that second rope. Grabs a hold of Liv. And brings her down. That avalanche Samoan drop once more. Very potent. Because it's a long way down if you're Liv. And she's going to potentially feel more wrath of Jax as once again the powerbomb picked up and crumpled. Planted center of the ring and stacked to the brim. Jax. Nia Jax picking up the victory. And stopping Liv Morgan's reign of terror here in the Gold League. A big time victory for Nia. Taking her tied to the same score as Miss Morgan herself. It was a great battle between these two. But as we say, only one can be victorious. And tonight, the Irresistible Force's music plays through the arena. And she really demonstrated her strength. As we continue to watch the replays, we understand that realistically speaking, this matchup, well, these matches this week set up the tone of this tournament. 3 bouts down now for these two women. Only 4 remain. They're on the downhill slope now.
Here is your winner, Nia Jax.
As winning next time is a massive step forward to success for them. But speaking of a success, only one of these two men who hail from the same faction will be victorious unless it ends in a draw. And we don't want to go down the draw route, do we? But we can only will a win into fruition only so many times. The focus shifts to the Green League. Bron Breakker, the badass dog, and Seth frickin' Rollins step toe to toe in the primetime arena. Let us see who is victorious right now, because this is going to be a belter. Out first is the bad ass dog who likes to hurt people.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Woodstock, Georgia. Weighing in at 230 pounds. Bron Breakker.
Coming into tonight, I expected Bron to be set on 0 points, but last week, or 2 weeks ago now, Breakker did the unthinkable. He took down the phenomenal AJ Styles and secured a big 3 points in that bout. Granted, he did lose his opening bout to a very game Kenny Omega, but tonight he's looking to maintain the momentum of his last win and beat down the Visionary. The broken man who's doing back-to-back duty. The revolutionary, the visionary, the architect, Seth Rollins, here tonight to bounce back and take that O and turn it into a 3. The former undisputed champ in need of a victory.
And his opponent from Davenport, Iowa.
Rollins tonight is in a do or die situation. Winning puts him in a better steed, a better foot forward towards the showdown. Another loss, he can kiss his chances goodbye. And while the crowd serenades him, he's going to need more than that to make the miracle run happen. Can he do it? Standing in front of him right now is a difficult test. Breaker, a demolitionist in the ring. A powerful brute that brings athleticism and explosivity into the same conversation. Right now is being worked over by Rollins, but this is that power. A beautiful backdrop there, taking Rollins down to the mat, and now just lifting him with ease. Breaker is explosive, as we say, and this is that explosivity on full display. A massive deadlift powerbomb, just dropping Rollins. This is what Breaker needs to do. Just keep on top of Seth. Don't give him any chance to breathe. Breaker will be in control for the foreseeable if he can maintain that effort. As it stands though, Rollins, the wily veteran, capable of getting out of most situations. There's a double axe handle to nothing. Could be caught here. Bit of callousness there from Rollins. Caught in the corner and bulldogged for his effort. Tie up once again, our referee. Getting a good look at this. Nice arm bar applied. It's time to turn our attention fully into the Green League right now. We talked about it yesterday. Rollins obviously needing that big win to get off that goose egg. Not able to do it against Kenny Omega. The cleaner sweep the floor with him. Rollins tonight, I'd say he has arguably an easier opponent than Kenny in Breaker, but we know what Braun is capable of. Just coming out of nowhere and just cutting you in half is his MO, and Rollins needs to be careful. The full Green League as a whole kind of sees Braun as this weak link in the tournament. Someone who's probably not going to make it to the top 4 of the Green League. Is more than likely going to get caught, as I thought maybe then Rollins was looking for that stomp, instead opting for knee. Springboard splash misses. Breaker into the cover off of the failure from Rollins and gets a nice 2 count there. But if we look at Braun's success, his accolades, he's well suited for this kind of tournament. And in my mind, the competition he is going to face is only going to get tougher. So if you can hang with the big dogs, he's going to be a worthy opponent for most. Now, that being said, you look at this Green League, who do you think will make it out as a whole, the top 4? You expect the Undisputed World Champion Samoa Joe to be in that conversation. The Demon, Kenny Omega, that's 3. But then you have 4 other guys in, well, 5 other guys in this tournament who are all phenomenal athletes. Breakker, Rollins. I mean, you've got the former undisputed world champion in that convo. In Rollins. To be fair, you expect him in the top 4. Regardless, nice Falcon Arrow there. Planting Breakker. But there's so many stars in here that every division's as close as it gets. Rollins stomping Breakker there. Into the cover. Could it be lights out for Braun? No, he kicks out. Nick of time on that one. In my opinion, IPW management have done a good job in picking the talent for this tournament. It's so difficult to set expectations on results, as we've seen upsets. Literally last night, I say Jacob Fatu beating Shawn Michaels is an upset. The likes of what's it called? CM Punk taking 2 points over the Demon. Nice spear there from Braun. Into the cover he goes. But the points that are being picked up, like Natalya beating Io Sky, is just a shock factor. It's a very hard thing to set expectations when you don't know what's going to happen in a match. It's so unpredictable. Breakker right now is bringing that unpredictability to face up against Rollins, who's really struggled in these stages of the match. Breakker has just been dominant. And Rollins might be turning the tempo around in his favor. Grabs a hold of Breakker and just swirlies him. Nice combo from Seth, but can't capitalize on it as Breakker gets him into the fireman's carry. Finally, Seth fights out of it. Spinning discus forearm. Connecting there. As Rollins looking for the gut kick to maybe set up for the pedigree or the stomp. Unable to connect, and both men now busted open. This battle, this war, getting to a very dangerous spot as there's the Frankensteiner from Breakker, and with it the straps come down as he brings out the muscles. The big boy lining up Rollins, spearing him into oblivion. Rollins down. Could he be out? The 2 count through for Breakker. He snapped in half a few days ago, AJ Styles. Will he break Rollins? As it stands right now, that super kick changing the tides to Rollins being defiant and saying no. But Seth's going to need a little bit more to deal with Braun. An Irish whip puts him in the corner. Rollins just dragging the skull, making the wound bigger. The inverted DDT, it's almost like a dirty deed from Rollins. Grabs a hold of Breakker into the fireman's carry. Up and down onto the ropes, just gun stunning him. Breakker can't find really anything right now. Rollins getting the advantage he needs to beat Breakker. Continuing to run at him. Nice leg drop there. Channeling the brother man. As Rollins calling Breakker up. A combination coming through. Brings him down. That's almost a variation in the 1916. When will we see Rollins versus the Demon? That's a question to look forward to, because that will be a pretty interesting bout if it's to happen soon. I'm just checking my calendar as to when. Well, it's Breaker versus the Demon next week. Braun. Fireman's carry fought out of there by Rollins. Rollins with a kick to the gut. Setting Braun up for the stomp. Lights out. Goes Breaker. As the pinfall attempt from Rollins comes through. Is this it? Indeed, it is. Breaker put on a showing, but it's not enough to get the job done against Seth Rollins. And the Revolutionary gets rid of that goose egg. And now can turn his attention to winning the whole damn division. A long way to go in that case for him, though. As this match showcased what Rollins can do when he's given the opportunity. Competing back-to-back nights is certainly a difficult task to handle. And he almost was crushed by Breaker at certain points. That spear certainly gave Breaker an advantage. But no, Rollins hanged tough and just came back swinging after suffering a second spear. This fireman's carry fighting out of the gut kick, and then the lights went dim in the skull of Braun Breaker. Rollins picks up the big time victory.
Here is your winner, Seth freaking Rollins!
A bloody war between two factioned members. Imagine what will happen when you put together two stars in need of victory. Jasmine Nix, Lyra Valkyria. Only one can break the well, they both can break the goose egg, but both realistically want the dub. 3 points on the line in this, our co-main event. The stakes are high, as losing this match, it's catastrophic for either woman. Only one. Both of them want this, but who wants it more? Set yourself ready for an epic battle beyond all others' imagination. That is what I'm expecting. Let us see if that is what will happen. Away we go. As we come back into the prime time arena, Fatal Influences theme fills it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing Fatal Influence from New York, Jack Man Nemeth.
Jasmine Nix here. We've said countless times, seems to have this turn on in singles matches. She switches it on and she becomes a demon. Anything other than that, she typically struggles. Tonight, looking to come into this one, having suffered losses to her fatal influence partner Fallon Henley, as well as in the opening bout of her run here in the tournament, losing to Julia. Woo! 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 It's bounce back season here tonight. Lyra coming off a loss yesterday to Michelle McCool.
There's her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Bringing a new look to the show. Woo! 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 Can she fly with the rest of the flock in this tournament? That's the name of the game for Lyra. And she brings the blue hair dye in for this one. Lyra is capable when she's given the chance. IMO, she is ready to fly. But will Jasmine Nix match her in the sky? We'll find out right now. Our co-main event is underway. And this kicking game from Lyra showcased first. It's a nice opening bout here between these two women to kick off round 3 for them. And this is the oh my word, that was crunchy. But it's interesting, this bout. This entire tournament we've seen matchups that have seemed favorable in one side. This one, in my mind, you'd have to say does favor Lyra, but Jasmine just has that thing that she can turn on as and when she needs it to realistically deter her opponents, beat them to a pulp. As we see it right now, nice V-trigger there. And maybe, this is just a wild thought, Fatal Influence could always get involved as and when needed. Bear in mind, I think Fallon Henley, while she is sitting atop of this division, wouldn't mind having an ally at the live event. Getting Jasmine Nix there could potentially benefit her, as she can do the dirty work, or maybe even win it all. Showdown, obviously a very prestigious 2-night event happening in July, as we're still on the road to that one. Jasmine and Lyra now battling here in their third battle in this tournament. And Lyra going back-to-back nights. This is certainly interesting because she's realistically looking to do a Seth Rollins. Get rid of that goose egg and just pick up a victory in a tough situation, considering the amount of energy that she burnt last night facing Michelle McCool, utilizing 2 Nightwings but unable to pick up the W. It's got to be frustrating. So maybe tonight Lyra looking to unleash some of that frustration against a arguably weaker opponent. Now Jasmine In her case, in this tournament, she's here to be an upset factor. I think there's certainly stars in this tournament. It's that heel kick connects, oh my word. Nick's able to kick out in time, but that was pretty flush on the jaw with the heel. But this tournament, it set up this division here, the Teal League. You don't really hang with Fallon Henley. No one has for many a month. But you've got the likes of Natalia, the television champion in this division. Jasmine looking for the victory here. You've also got former television champion Roxanne Perez. You've got Io Sky, a solid champion in WWE right now. So many cogwheels in this division that I feel everyone can really put on a show and potentially secure a dub. Now, right now, this is where we could see resurgences happen in the tournament. Week 3 brings in the interesting factors as Lyra has Jasmine up and down with Nightwing planted on the logo. She's able to kick out in time. But Lyra looking to keep the pace going up to the second rope. Up and down with a big cross body there. Setting her up. Nice standing moonsault. Lyra is getting to that WrestleMania form that we saw from her. That solid display. Obviously, she needed a change of attire to really bring that venom. It's been lacking as Jasmine trying to go for something there. Lyra punching her, getting out of it. Jasmine reciprocating. Nice kicks coming out from Nyx. There's a Northern Light suplex. Perfectly executed. Could be the setup to the knockout. No, it doesn't come through. Instead, Lyra hooks her Fisherman's Brainbuster. Planting Nyx. Head, skull first, you name it, into the canvas. It was gruesome. But it's still not enough to keep Jasmine down for 3. Lyra needing to find a little bit more in the tank to do more damage. Because right now, Nyx, oh my word. She could be coming back. It might be revenge tour time in Jasmine Nyx's career. Working over Lyra here. Them kicks to the back and now just wrenching on the arm. Oh my word, the double knees as well. Lyra's certainly feeling the pain. Nyx continuing to be a menace. Mounting Lyra, dropping the punches. You kind of expected both to go to real war here. But not to this extent. They're really giving it their all, oh my word. Nyx just sending Lyra into the stairs. Now, we're up to a 7 and it's interesting. Because a count out gives Jasmine 2 points. We're up to 9. Lyra's slow to her feet, but she's counted out. And now we have no goose eggs in the Teal League. Both women picking up points here. Unconventionally, Jasmine Nyx takes 2 over Lyra, who gets the 1 point. That was not what I expected. But it is a pretty big deal Both women now can start the hunt towards the gold. But it's a long road for them. 4 bouts, 12 points on the line in total. A very difficult feat to achieve for both these women. And bear in mind, Lyra's road only gets tougher. She still has to face Fallon Henley, a woman who's remained undefeated in this tournament and many title defenses before.
Your winner,
Well, round 3 over and done with for Jasmine Nix and Lyra Valkyria. But round 3 has only just begun for the Samoan bloodline, as cousin versus cousin is about to happen. The OTC Roman Reigns fights the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. Grab your popcorn. Grab whatever you like, really. Because this one is going to be an action-packed movie. Only one can be victorious. Will it be Roman, or will we just see the upset of the century and Jacob Fatu beat his cousin? Let us find out now, because this is going to be good. And for the final time this week, we enter the primetime arena for our main event. Jacob Fatu, confident and looks ready for this.
following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Jacob entering tonight, going back-to-back nights. Picked up a big victory against Shawn Michaels yesterday. Tonight, he faces another difficult test in Roman Reigns. Getting 6 points out of 2 matches. Back-to-back nights, sign him up, because this will be massive if he can do it. We will have to see if that is the case, though. As the action is bound to be packed to the brim. Bear in mind, this is only the main event for this show. We still have a big matchup this week. The match of the week. It's going to be juicy. Kenny Omega, AJ Styles. Last matchup on Sunday. That's going to be dope. Speaking of dope, this song bringing the energy, the atmosphere of the Tribal Chief to life. Coming out alone.
And his opponent
Roman tonight in just a tracksuit, showing disrespect to his younger cousin. He realizes this is a walk in the park for him, maybe a slight jog, but it's disrespectful. He knows he can beat the weakened werewolf after his tough, intrepid battles this week already. But now, he is going to be put to the test. Both are going to be put to the test, basically, as Roman Reigns. He wants to sit on that island of relevancy alone. The only man actually, that's a lie. Sat on 6 points right now. He wants to reach 9. Be the first man, almost certainly guaranteed to go to the Showdown. The island of relevancy is so near for him. But to get there, you have to go through your own bloodline. Does Roman have the courage, the energy to do so? Will the werewolf strike once more? We're about to find out. The energy in the arena palpable as Jacob looks confident. Roman, similar statue, similar aura. We're underway with the main event for tonight's show, the Battle of the Bloodline. And Roman taking advantage in the first instances of this match. A clean break from the tribal chief, who then gets to lock in the wrist lock. Just wrenching down even more with it. Kind of causing Jacob pain here. Forcing him down to a knee. Jacob changing the tempo. Just wrist lock slamming Roman to the mat. Nice Hurricane Rana there as well. As now the werewolf Jacob Fatu stomping. Beginning his dissection of the tribal chief. We tie up for a third time. We will get the advantage. It's once again the OTC. Forcing Jacob into the ropes. No clean break this time. As Roman punching and now potentially powerbombing Jacob to the mat. Never mind, he's just going to swirl him. Boom! Into the top turnbuckle. We've seen a lot of action in recent weeks in this tournament. Proceed with a back and forth kind of affair. In my mind, or more specifically, Roman's mind, he's expecting to just waltz through his opponent here tonight. Samoan Werewolf, very powerful. Nice Samoan drop there. He brings that unique offense that Roman kind of circumvented. He's avoided in his career. That kind of Samoan style, the splash in the off the top rope. The hip attacks, them similar things we've seen from the Usos for many a year. And then their predecessors in the Samoan bloodline utilize to great effect. Roman has etched his own path, his own road to glory. And this showdown, this tournament, is his chance to become a top IPW star. He's been close on many occasions. Runner-up in the Dual Dream tournament to a man who sits in the same bracket as him, which is interesting. Speaking of interesting, the spear misses from Jacob. He tries to line Roman up for his own move. There's a Superman punch, but it misses. Both men know each other like a book. They're reading their own, well, they're reading the offense of the opponent to a T. And Roman, the reciprocator of the first pin in this one. The Tribal Chief utilizing their Muay Thai knees. Obviously, it's interesting because we typically have seen Roman in this sort of situation with that gloved up right hand. Him not having it makes his strikes a bit more bare knuckle, a bit more chance to bust someone open, less of that softened blow from the padding in the glove. And that is a different sort of effect that Roman has when he's dressed in just casuals. Now, it doesn't take away from the explosivity that Roman brings to the game. He's still a phenomenal wrestler, phenomenal star. But it's a long road as he busts open his cousin with them fists. Now he's potentially looking to do more damage, but Jacob gonna halt it, fights out of the grasp of Roman. Now the Samoan Werewolf side slamming down the Tribal Chief, but the Tribal Chief not staying down for long, instead planting Jacob with a Uranagi-esque maneuver. The OTC calling potentially for the beginning of the end. Grabs a hold of Jacob, but Fatu fights out of it. Instead hooks Roman up. Impaler DDT, planting Roman center of the ring. Down for a 2. Roman able to kick out in the nick of time, but he's caught another super kick. We saw yesterday Jacob utilize that kick to stifle Michaels' offense. Tonight he's doing it to Roman as a second Impaler plants Roman into the mat. The pinfall attempt coming through, and Jacob could have upset his cousin. We're not done just yet. Roman could be trounced. The spear yet again leapfrogged by Roman, not allowing the Samoan Werewolf to hit him with his own maneuver. Roman capable of doing just about anything to keep his integrity intact. But Jacob, he can do it, and potentially at this stage just stop Roman. The knee connecting. Springboard lariat taking down the Tribal Chief. Jacob for 2 on a path towards the finish line. Roman, he's been staggered, halted, potentially the beginning of an end in this tournament. Well, a perfect tournament for him, but that is a long way from happening. It's a nice just toss there around the world went Jacob, as that should be a rope break. A 2 count though off of it. I think we're gonna get it. The fist cocked, loaded. Superman punch connects. But Roman can't finish up with a pin, and instead Jacob looking for something but it's something that won't matter. Caught in the guillotine, but powering out of it. Roman can't finish the job. And he's now busted open by Jacob. It wouldn't be a bloodline match without blood in it. Both men are giving it all. Red seeping down their faces. That's just Jacob's hair. Speaking of Jacob, in control right now, putting Roman on the top rope and just battering him. That clubbing shot sends Roman to the floor outside. Roman's night could be on the verge of ending. As the headbutt misses. Both men giving it their all right now. Roman working over Jacob on the outside. Tossing him about with great ease. Our referee up to a 5 count. Super kick misses. Both men not able to connect. Jacob connects with the headbutt. As we're up to a 7. Roman not moving. Jacob taunting in the corner. An 8 count. The last number we hear as Roman makes it into the ring. And taking control. Powering up Jacob. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. And a big kick out from the Samoan Werewolf. That kick out made it easy to land that deadlift powerbomb. And now Roman sensing it's time to end this. Brings down Jacob with a powerbomb. Jacob nips up. Can't capitalize or utilize the space he gained. Instead, he's caught with another powerbomb from Roman. The tribal chief can't hit a shot. As Jacob's back to his feet. Headbutt through. Springboard up to the top. The BME. Jacob connecting with it. And he drags Roman into another pin. 1, 2. Oh. I was so close to saying Jacob Fatu takes down the tribal chief. But we're not there yet. Roman still fighting. Still looking to keep the perfect record. A roll-up could be it. 1, 2, 3. Oh my word. Roman sneaks it. In the dying breaths of this match. Jacob had it all. I had a feeling that another impaler was inbound. But Roman says no, not today. That one last ditch attempt for a pinfall keeps Roman's perfect dream alive. And his advancement towards the Showdown in perfect condition. He's looking to replicate the efforts of his other cousin in the Green League, The Rock Alive. But for as it stands, tonight's action is well and truly in the bag as we continue to watch these replays. The island relevancy, well, it comes.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns!
At any cost, and that, well, our referee feeling the brunt of Jacob Fatu's rage there. He felt that it was a quick count from Kim. But that's a different story. Maybe the score will be settled another day between these two stars. That we will have to see. But tonight is over, as we say. It's time to run down tomorrow's card. And we're kicking it off. Kurt Angle. He secured 1 point recently. He's going up against the guy on 0. It's the television champ taking on the king of the underground. Who will be victorious there? Speaking of victorious, it's Mercedes Moné back once again after beating Mandy Rose yesterday. She's going up against the former television champion, Chelsea Green, in our second bout of the evening. God, it's so hard to transition out that voice. Speaking of transitioning, let's move over to our third bout, the co-main. It's Samoa Joe versus the Demon. These two have seen each other before. In real life, one of the only men to ever beat this version of Finn Balor is Samoa Joe. Will he make it a habit? We'll find out tomorrow as we round out Wednesday's show with the main event. The Teal League on full display as Io Sky takes on Fallon flippin' Henley. Fallon looking to maintain that perfect record like Roman did by picking up the dub against the Queen of the Sky, Miss Io Sky. Only one can be victorious there. I have no chance as to who I would predict for it. But with that, with Dunsky, what a great show tonight. We've got 4 more bouts, as we say, tomorrow. You don't want to miss them. In fact, this entire tournament has been banger. You can certainly check every single tournament match out once again. It's in the live tab on my YouTube channel. And with it, I am Dunsky. Hope you've enjoyed it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.